Education is an investment, but a costly one when it comes to many top caliber institutions. And so the International School of Manila is offering financial aid through the Vicky Sycip-Herrera Foundation. ISM Superintendent and Scholarship Trustee William Brown is here joining us live in the studio, while scholar Anna Bernice Delos Reyes joins us from Barcelona, Spain. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Brown and Bernice. Welcome to the show from Barcelona. First of all, Mr. Brown, what has been the objective of this scholarship program over the past 6 decades?
Good evening, Rico. Thanks for having us on The Final Word. Really, very simply, changing lives. The objective is that we can offer something at ISM that can help Filipino students get a step up and perhaps break a cycle and support them. Equally, it helps ISM, and the students at ISM also are able to access and experience more about the Philippines.
And what are the qualifications, Mr. Brown, and the selection process for these students to enter ISM scholarship program?
That's part of the hard part. So there's an age requirement. The student must be 13 years of age by the 1st of September 2023 for the coming intake. They must have proficient English, written and oral. They must demonstrate financial need. We are really trying here not just to offer a merit-based scholarship, but also a financial part of it.
And how many students do you usually accept when they're 13 years old?
So we take 5 students, and they will have a full year of grade 8 at ISM. Sometimes they'll start even at the very tail end of grade 7, and then they'll stay with us, hopefully, all the way through to graduate in grade 12. The objective then, of course, is that once they've been given the scholarship for 5 years at ISM, is that the ISM resources can somehow get them a scholarship to a worldwide institution, or to UP, or to Ateneo here locally as well.
Or maybe one of the international universities, just like one of ISM's scholars from 6 years ago. Bernice, who's joining us from Barcelona. You're one of the beneficiaries of this scholarship initiative, Bernice, from the class of 2016. How did you find out about this scholarship program?
Actually, it was my mom who found it. And when I was in grade 7, she was helping me find different types of scholarship opportunities. So I was looking at obviously other local high schools in the Philippines. And she found out through her network about the International School of Manila scholarship. And she helped me kind of put everything together and convinced me to apply.
And how has this scholarship program changed your life, Bernice?
Oh, it changed my life tremendously after ISM. During ISM, I had so much experience and opportunities to travel the world and do programs around the world, obviously also through different types of financial aid. And it really exposed me to just a group of students who were very much really keen to change the world, and people who were very keen to, explore the world and get to know about different cultures, and the kind of very global mindset of wanting to kind of make a difference in the world. And so after ISM, I actually got a full academic scholarship to go to New York University in Abu Dhabi, which then financed my education also for the next 4 years. And during this time, I also was able to take classes with people from 180 different countries, and was able to study in about 5 different cities all around the world.
That's fantastic. You're promoting Filipino art and culture to the world. So, Mr. Brown, everyone knows that International School of Manila has one of the highest tuition and fees in the country, even more expensive than the local universities here in the country. This scholarship initiative, is it an all-expense program? Will these scholars have to pay for anything, or is it all expenses paid?
It is an all-expenses paid scholarship, although if we choose a scholar who is already, say, fee-paying somewhere else in the Philippines, that may be a partial scholarship in that regard. What we've also found, and Bernice was one of those scholars who had severe financial need, we were able to start the Vicky Sycip-Herrera Scholarship Fund, which provided ancillary support, for example, transport, food, uniform.
The incidentals, the miscellaneous expenses.
Hidden expenses, things like a laptop these days, is necessary. Having internet bandwidth to do homework and so on, right? Particularly through the COVID period as well.
And what about the choices for these scholars who enter in the grade 8 level? Are they from private or public schools, or just all from public schools?
In the past, we've been running, as you said before, 60 years. There was a combination. What we've really tried in the last decade or so is to really go for students who would benefit from having an ISM education. One of the things that Bernice mentioned is her expertise and her interest in things like the performing arts. There's a picture of her in one of the shows that ISM did. ISM is very lucky to have a broad, holistic education philosophy and program, and those resources. So a lot of our Filipino scholars have done things like journalism, the yearbook, a whole range of those sorts of co-curricular programs as well, and they've really shone in that area.
And Bernice, now that you are in Europe, I know you're in Barcelona, Spain, visiting one of your old classmates from ISM, and you're now gaining so much experience in art and performance in Europe. Are you planning eventually down the road to transfer and bring back those best practices to the Philippines?
Yes, 100%. Right now, I work in the cultural sector. I actually work full-time with a company called Send Receive, and we create communication strategy and PR strategy for museums and arts and culture institutions and architectural firms worldwide. And I also run a Filipino art collective that started in Dubai, but now we're kind of starting to bring it worldwide. So we work with different arts and cultural institutions to kind of bridge the gap between the access to Filipino artists to the opportunities that there are in these institutions. And so kind of by building these communities also of Filipinos within the diaspora, I also hope to kind of bring all of these eventually back to the Philippines and also contribute to the growing, the ever-growing and super rich arts and culture scene in the Philippines, because obviously that's where I was trained. So eventually I want to bring all of this back home and hopefully also help Filipino creatives and, Filipino artists back home to really hone their craft and also believe that there is a career and there is sort of a future working in the arts and helping grow kind of the arts and culture sector, not just in the Philippines, but all around the world.
And I'm sure there are quite a number of students in grade 7 who would like to apply for this scholarship program of International School Manila. Mr. Brown, how can they apply? What are the requirements? Where do they submit the requirements?
Yeah.
Is it a tough process? I mean, you're just choosing 5.
I have a quick story. One of the scholars used to walk past our gates, walk past our wall, and think and dream about being part of ISM. It's simply a matter of applying, and the way to apply is to go to our website, and the application is all available through that process. And we just like to see as many applications as we can. And it's clear that universities and colleges all around the world, especially as we have gone through a whole lot of work with diversity, equity, inclusion, justice, and so on, they want to see diversity in their intakes. And a good story, a good narrative coming out of the Philippines would be very, very powerful.
What are you looking for in those 5 scholars? Is it just grades?
No, we in fact bring them in and we assess them in terms of collaboration, social skills, leadership skills for a morning. And so that's a critical piece as well.
So grades are not, it's just a part of it. Also extracurricular activities.
Correct.
And the involvement of that student in various activities outside of the school.
Yes, absolutely. And the history of the Philippine scholars, that has been absolutely enriching to our program.
And of course, it manifests itself, right, in Bernice.
Absolutely.
It's a 2016 scholar. So, Bernice, please, what would you like to say to the future scholars of International School of Manila?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I think, take a risk and definitely believe in yourself in terms of, the dreams that you have, and putting in the work to make those dreams come true can definitely help propel you to kind of make what feels like impossible possible. And I think having a great community of people around you, not just your teachers, but also like your family to anchor you into achieving your dreams. It's not impossible. And I think being in a school like ISM that really sort of adds to to your own capital that will propel you to be able to achieve your dreams is really something that was life-changing for me. And I hope that the people watching this will also take the risk to be able to do that.
ISM Scholar Class of 2016, Bernice Delos Reyes, joining us from Barcelona, Spain, and ISM Superintendent, Mr. William Brown. Thank you to both of you for sharing with us the experience of this ISM scholarship program. Thank you to you both.
Thank you, Rico.